I started the game up just a bit ago, and I was having that weird audio bug again, so I tried restarting my computer, but it seems to still be happening. I don't know if it's like a certain sound that does it, because it seems like whenever there's a certain wave noise, like the sound of the water, I don't know what it is, but if there's an audio issue, I tried to fix it, but I don't know what the problem is. So today we're going to go talk to, what was her name? Cindy, I think? The one who's got the paint? Yeah, we gotta try to paint that beautiful wall. That was her, right? Oh, there's the audio thing again. Alright, you got paint.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Wow, it looks really bad there. Seriously, I have no idea what that is. I've tried doing a few different things, but anyway, Cindy, I need some paint. And your brush.
What for?
Renovation, boring but necessary. Motor carriage, we're going undercover. Yeah, she won't support that. She doesn't want to support the pigs. The apocalypse is coming, I need to warn people. For art. It's for art, okay?
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
I haven't really thought anything yet. I'm sure I will. Everything is sad and shit, and we need art to make it okay. Just give me the brush. Grand art. Art deluxe. The artsiest. The most groundbreaking. No. This, I mean, I am the sorry cop, so... Everything is sad and shit. Just give me the brush.
Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art on my conscience.
Oh, no brush. Maybe I should have gone for the big extravagant one. To crush a man's dreams like that, I hope you're happy. You'll see. You will all see and tremble.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything, really.
I've got 6 conceptualization, and that is still a very low check. And it cannot be retried. Maybe... Is there anything that I can equip that would give me more points? I've got a +1 from items. Alright, catch you later, Cindy. Do I have other items that I could throw on? That's reaction speed and bum brain. Physical, electrochemistry, esprit de corps, half-light. I don't have anything else that'll do it. I guess if I do end up putting any more points into conceptualization, I can come back. But I don't want to waste that try on a 3%. God, why is the sound doing this? Like, when I was playing last time, I thought it was just me. So I was going to look to see if... Oh, it didn't actually come up with anything else there. Maybe somebody else would have a brush. I'm still going to hold on to that check. What was the other thing that I was going to do? Also, did that... Oh, it's probably about the crack. What else was there? Joyce's info on the lynching. So we need to get the badge for this. Or perhaps if you did her a favor. Field autopsy. Was there anything I needed to do before the field autopsy that I'm just waiting on? Oh, I can talk to Titus, though. I need to establish authority with Titus. Ugh. So, I do have an extra authority now, right? Oh, there it is. I've got a -1. But I can try to take off the thing. And then whenever if I don't get it this time, I'm at 80% for inexplicable feminist agenda, so that'll give me a +2 authority against men. So, I'll be able to come back with a 3 if I need to. All right, let's go try and stomp our feet like a child and see if that works. Titus.
Look, the insane police officer is back.
Oh, for some reason I thought he was going to say more. And he takes a sip of his beer.
The small man mimes, blowing his brains out. You see his rat face contorted in mock despair, his fingers touching his temple.
Still only 3%. Alright. Try it.
This time it's going to work. You already ruled out the first bad option that didn't.
First you tell me someone's been raped, and then you don't say who? That's bullshit.
Stop shitting your pants. You don't need to know, all right? We took care of it. The law handled it, all right?
Yeah. Aren't you listening? It's done. Finito.
You're not the law. I'm the law. Guess we're both the law around here if you start to think about it. Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm not the law after all. Maybe everyone's been lying to me. No. You're not the law. I'm the law.
For God's sake, stop shouting! Stop crashing into people in my establishment! Stop provoking those oafs! They're not going to give you anything, can't you see? I can't have a police interrogation in here. People are trying to eat.
This doesn't concern you. Shut up, Barman. I'm gonna tear your stupid hairy head off. I mean, if I say it doesn't concern him, he'll be like, it is my establishment. Of course it concerns me, but...
Of course it concerns
See?
me if you make this kind of...
Easy, babes. What is this? I can't have a slap fight in my bar. It's embarrassing.
See, now it's tight, this bar. God.
We are deep in forest territory. We need to cool off and re-engage later.
Everyone can see you picked some wrong options. Next time you have to come up with better things to say.
Yeah, thanks, authority. Open the door. Alright, what can I do to waste some time while I get my authority up? I guess I could go... Was I holding off on the autopsy for some reason? There was something that I wanted to do first, right?
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Talk to him in my dream. Oh. Try to remove his boots. Do not. Okay, tell me. Who are you, dead man?
I'm gone.
Where have you gone? I can see you're gone, but who are you? What is happening? I hate you. You stink and you're boring. Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out in the west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
I mean, he is just a pile on the floor, so... you are now, but who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Gobbo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
imagination.
Yeah, I'm just talking to Inland Empire.
Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Give me a comical amount of questions.
Coming right up. Copperoonie Rooney. This is getting upbeat now.
Is my name Rooney? It's not, but...
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney is not who I am. I'm Harry.
No, you're not a Harry either. You're a motherfucker. That's who you are. Rooney the motherfucker.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible? Probably has forgotten quite a few terrible things.
Because you have.
I mean, asking your own imagination who killed somebody isn't really... Well, I guess you could imagine something up and it might be right. Who killed you?
Love did me in, Brother Corpo. It was love all along.
He's talking to himself. He's not talking to the cop. He's talking to himself. It's like, imagine the dead man in his dream, which was him. God. Can you ask me a question?
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this?
What?
Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder?
I don't have anything else to do. This case is all I have. Because he told me to. Maybe this will lead to something indescribable, unforeseen, miraculous. Oof. I mean, yeah, he does seem as if he's lost everything. This case is all I have.
I am all you have. Then you truly lost it all, brother. Let the world drag it all away from you. And what it left, you pissed away. And here we are.
Well, I didn't get a whole lot out of this. All right, you stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
I see what you're going for.
A child born with Muller's disease, Harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
That is not what I think that he was intending, Encyclopedia, but I do like where you're going. All right, a baby affected with Harlequinism.
You sure wriggled out of that one? Coppolini.
Enough.
Come back later, Corpo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
Oh, are we gonna see him every night? You can come back and look into his face anytime you want. Humor yourself with my Harlequin features. Ask me your little questions, freshen your memory, create associations, remind yourself of your mortality. Copolapo. Alright. I think I asked this before, but it's still, like, bright. What is the field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Mundi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Et puis descend, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Don't you know what use are you? Let's get in there. Alright, just clap your hands. Let's get in there.
There truly is a time for everything, even for yellow gardening gloves. However, they are lacking hygienically. I suggest you get in there in limited capacity.
Alright.
I'll ask you when I need you to. For the most part, maybe I should handle the contact and you take notes?
We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
He's not gonna like it if I try to remove the boots. I'll have to do that, like, at night. Okay. Open the ledger at the field autopsy form.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with,
1 is assistant. Let's jump to the 3-part now. Alright. 1, assistant.
That's you.
Right, Harry Dubois.
the corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says,
2, coroner's case number.
KK57 dash 0803.0815.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date 0803 and time of arrival 0815 on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you.
Probably for the best. And Harry's got plenty of them, it's fine.
That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
Shouldn't we file the coroner's case under me? Technically, I arrived at No, just, maybe I should just, no, I'll say it. Alright, shouldn't we do it under me? I arrived on the scene before you, technically.
And what would that make the alphanumeric?
I mean, don't we know? Harry Dubois? HDB? No, I have an idea. Come on.
I do. KK57 dash.
Okay, write it
05.
down.
Next.
3, name.
NA. Next.
4, date of birth.
NA.
5, age.
Roughly 50.
Dry 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm going to write approximately 42.
He nods.
6, race.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Mwindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
All right. Write it down, Caucasian.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
7, sex.
Fucky, fucky!
Would you get out of here? The little monster exclaims energetically.
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Do not write fucky fucky. All right, write male.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
8, date of death.
We're still going with March 4th. 51.
Right, 4, 3, 51.
What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
I assume treatment means, like, did anyone try to aid him before he died? It could refer to the footprints, like how he was carried and all that. So, but tell me, what exactly is treatment?
Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem.
There is that gunshot. But, alright, didn't the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dog walkers.
He places his hand on the dead man's chest as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then,
We should start the post-mortem.
the corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copy paper tries to answer why.
We should start external before we go for internal. And then, of course, description of injuries would come after because we have to go through all of them. Tell me something. No, do not try to remove his boots. External examination.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
He turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Get out of here, Kuno.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
Write it down.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers. in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I gonna get them?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Thank you for your service, drama. I think I will omit the boots. I do want the whole set of armor, so omit.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alpha numerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
Write it down, but I thought I'm omitting the boots.
Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini.
Write it down.
The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end.
Write it down.
Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing.
Write it.
Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
His hair before moving on. Do not touch the dead man's hair. Write it down.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
Surprised you know what that word means, Kuno.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
For high velocity. No, write it down.
Ligature mark.
The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Pet the chain cutters. Good thing we got these chain cutters. No, pet the chain cutters.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
See, he's into it. Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
He points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
I'm Kuno's pig, I agree. I'm not your pig, Kuno. How much do I have? 28. Oh. First, look for a good spot to cut.
The belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. The knot is the weak spot. The chain cutters fit in there, steady now, like a flower arranger. 2 cuts and it should come loose.
All right. Interfacing, thank you for your help. God. All right, 72%. And go. Oh,
You jam the cutters right under the knot.
oh no.
That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold.
Oh no.
Then
No. No. All right, let's see. So They're jammed into the knot. They're buried. It's buried into the man's flesh. Rotate to get a better hold. Maybe we get a little bit better of a hold with a little more rotation. God, we're gonna cut his head off.
A really, really
Oh.
bad smell is coming from there
Oh
now.
no.
And some kind of cracking sound.
Oh, all right. Try to cut it. Just do it. Cut.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Do not cut his head off.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
He steps in and takes the chain cutters from you. No, give him back. No. All right. Go for it.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
So they sliced his neck, and he probably died from that first then.
Here.
He hands you the chain cutters back and then kneels closer to the body, running his finger along the dark red groove until he comes to a gap. I mean, it could also be just from the belt itself, but it sounds like they actually cut his neck.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters.
Okay, so it was just from the belt itself. I was going to say, if that would complicate things, if they killed him first and then hung him. I mean, well, really, why would it complicate things? They still killed him either way. So he dropped 1.5 meters. Ugh. Write it down.
Chest is intact. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia...
Oh, don't do that. They're gonna start screaming. You're gonna drive these kids nuts.
No, it's gonna happen. See.
I fucking knew it.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
We don't need to look at his dick. All right, write it down and move on.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
Wow, he's really scarred.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
Scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars.
Write it down.
Last item. Hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Leave him to it. He's doing the inspection.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
All right, write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
I do kind of want to do the next thing, the agenda. Breakthrough is imminent. All right, let's leave.
Inexplicable feminist agenda. There is something you need to see, sir. We found the remnants of an ancient artifact lodged in your hypothalamus. It is a cylindrical object, piss-weathered and smelling of liquor. The paint is peeling off, but you can clearly make out the letters Revolutionary Feminist Agenda on the hull. It appears that some time ago, before you became a joke, you were an actual feminist. Somehow, you've come to that conclusion. Perhaps you can work your way back.
All right, what does it give me? +1 empathy.
It's been a week and now they show up?
I thought I heard a voice. Okay, so that's somebody actually looking over it to see that I'm out here doing this. Could evolve into RFA. Would have to quit drugs to get there. So, RFA, oh, radical feminist agenda? Or revolutionary feminist, okay. So that gives me... Oh, I lose the authority against men, don't I? Oh well. What is my empathy now? 2. And it dropped down my electrochemistry. Which isn't a big deal because I'm really avoiding all the drugs and stuff. Oh, camera's gone all weird again. What's that? There was something... Oh, I thought I saw something highlight for a second. He keeps highlighting. Okay, can we try... Oh, could you please... There we go. Can we try this again? I mean, we lost points now, so I don't know if we'll actually be able to do it.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. Yep, I need to get another authority point to do this. Alright, goodbye. So that plan has not gone as well as I thought it might. Could you use the door, please? I guess we could just go back and finish the autopsy. So until I get my badge, there's not a whole lot I can do.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. Bits of cargo belt lie on the ground around him. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy.
Alright, I guess we're doing the internal.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Internal exam.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of this story.
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromises in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
We got him to grin, though. Alright, NA.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
Kuno S, that's not how that works, you know.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Well, it makes sense that, being he was hung and dropped like up to 1.5 meters. Write it down.
Respiratory system.
Back hunched, as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Should I look inside?
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
No, don't look deeper. Write it down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I cannot say that I am. He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust.
Hepato means liver, and biliary, the gallbladder and bile ducts.
Am I an expert in these things?
Nothing in your alcohol-soaked memory directs to having forensic expertise on either one.
I mean, if it's liver-related, with the amount of alcohol I drink, I probably learned something. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
N.A.
Same for toxicology and serology. N.A.
I mean, I feel like these things should be tested for, but I guess his blood is pretty much just black at this point. Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
Encyclopedia?
Reservoirs? No, but do they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits?
I'm so happy that encyclopedia is my strongest skill. Would obscure tidbits and odd trivia fit the fields?
No.
Completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Write NA and add toxicology requested.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen, briefly. Write it down amid the voila.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries?
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Oh, yeah, for the gunshot.
Be thorough if you want maximum results.
What about the injuries we have inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I have inflicted.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung. And an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention those. Better not to muddy the waters.
I mean, they're gonna be on the body if they go to look at it, but, alright. I kind of feel like, isn't that sloppy?
Be pedantic if you like, it doesn't matter. No one else is going to investigate this man's murder. And if they do, such details would only confuse them.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
The boy nods approvingly.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
Bite marks?
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Beneath the description, there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Opinion, fatal injury, non-fatal postmortem. Oh, for the birds? That means... Oh, right, because it's for each injury. Which one is the fatal one? Okay, this is non-fatal postmortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a postmortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it postmortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
I'm not gonna write that.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal postmortem.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark. Oh, that finishes. What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
And the page back.
The corpse lay slouched to the side, oblivious to its surroundings.
Oh, I see, okay.
All right. Bite mark.
Be thorough. if you want maximum results.
Alright, ligature mark.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact.
Did you?
I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Write it down.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible. Think for a moment. There's time. Don't rush.
No clawing. I mean, his hands weren't tied. Right? His hands weren't tied down, so if he were hung, wouldn't he claw at it? Well, I guess he was knocked out. Presumably, because he would have fought back. Alright, probably fatal. Yeah. Well, there couldn't have been anything that killed him before that. Alright, fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
First, how did it go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
Some. What do other people say?
We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I would not hold my breath.
What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Alright, what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out a copy of the pages.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of red paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
You tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Stop wasting time, you're smart. Establish probable cause. So there is something. But because I think that I'm wasting time and I already have a probable cause. So if I had said that that wasn't the cause of death. Oh, come on. Search one more time thoroughly.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Don't look at his pants again. Look under his fingernails like Kim already did.
His fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them. That's all.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Yes, there's more that we're not seeing. I have a gut feeling. There's something we're not seeing.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Okay, where do we find a fridge for the body? Or can't he just hang out here for a while longer?
If you want for this task to slowly become impossible, then yes. Otherwise, no. He's been hanging out far too long already. We need to ice him.
Where's a fridge?
It would have to be industrial in size. Let's start by asking Gart at the Whirling in Rags and the Fritz store down at the gates. If they don't know, but only if all else fails.
We ask Kuno at the end.
Fuck are you looking at, Beano, man? You want a piece of the Kuno? Wanna get fucked?
Only if all else fails.
Yeah, I agree.
Kuno looks like he gets around. Knows Martinez. And its fridges too, probably.
Hey, let's go ask then.
This is one task we cannot sideline. With every hour, whatever we are looking for will become harder to find.
It's the camera keep going off to the side all weird like that. Guard, can we put a dead body that is not just dead, but like burbling with black fluid in your cafeteria's refrigerator?
Can I help you?
I seem to be in need of a fridge.
Yes. For the dead body. You want to put a dead corpse into my fridge, right?
Are you okay with that?
Correct him.
Correct him. I mean, we do want to put a corpse in his fridge. No, we want to put a very important dead body in your fridge.
I don't care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge.
Why?
Because this is a culinary establishment, not a morgue. I can't believe you even asked me.
It would only be for...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Let's go talk to the frit clerk.
Well, I mean, she probably won't care, because she doesn't seem to care about a whole lot. She's just like, I'm just doing my job. Can I reset this camera? No? Was there a... Wait, wasn't there like a way I could... There it was! I knew there was a way to do it. I just had forgotten that it was a thing I could do.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Do you have a fridge?
Mm-hmm. Right behind you.
She nods toward the buzzing machine in your corner. Or in the corner. You're right. This is a fridge. Wicked.
Yeah.
She's not really paying attention to you anymore. I need to store a corpse there.
You're joking, right?
Measure the fridge with your fingers, one eye closed. Never mind, it would never fit. No, I'm joking. I need to store the corpse of... I'm not joking. I need to store the corpse of the hanged man in your fridge.
Okay. It wouldn't even fit, you know.
Now that I'm looking at it, maybe a glass-doored fridge in a public grocery store isn't the best option for storing a corpse.
I guess you're right. The fridge is too small.
Okay.
That's it, huh? Completely unperturbed. The problem was that it wouldn't fit. She didn't really care that it's a public grocery store. So Kuno was the only other option, right? Or some other local kids. God, I don't want to ask Kuno. But that may be our only option. Kuno, do you know of any fridges that could fit a body?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Kuno, I need a fridge to stash the body.
For the fuck imp. Good thing you asked the Kunmeister. Kuno knows a fridge. Perfect for freezing
I thought you would. Where is it?
Bacon Man's in a rush. But what's in it for the Kuno? What's the return on Kuno's investment?
A corpse-free yard. No, he I think he likes having the corpse there. I'll repay you for this information one day. Right now the clock is ticking. Bids him to spill the beans.
By killing in his territory, someone has openly challenged Kuno. It's in his best interest to put them in their place.
Kuno, some arrogant shit, thinks he can kill in the Kuno's kingdom without asking the Kuno first? That sounds like lawlessness to me.
A dark flame smolders in Kuno's eyes as he ponders your argument. Wordless, like kings do.
This outlaw's fate is in your hands. Let's make an example of him. Help me locate him using fridge body technology.
Alright, Kuno hears ya. See that shit house over there?
He points to the collapsed building with the bookstore.
A cold comes over you as you glance behind him at the crumbling colossus there, casting a shadow on you.
What does Shivers do? Tune into the city. I only have 3, so I'm on the low end, but so Shivers may make you seem mad to the outside world. As you listen to the city, you don't listen to others. With low Shivers, though you will seldom hear the city speaking to you, and if you cannot hear it, how can you save it? So we feel kind of like we feel a shiver from Shivers about this building. Yeah, I see it. The big tall one behind you.
You gotta get in that shit. In there deep.
What do you mean by in there deep?
Check the fucking basement, pig. Don't you know anything? Always check the fucking basement, recon style. There's a giant fridge down there. Fucking will fit, no problem. It looks like a white bear or some shit. Try not to piss yourself when you see it.
A white bear? A polar bear?
Is it a polar bear? Why would... Okay, how do I get in the building?
Through the bookstore. You gotta beg the book bitch. Used to be you could get in there through the doorbell, jam that shit. Book bitch changed that. Kuno doesn't beg, so Kuno doesn't go there anymore.
Pick the book bitch?
Yeah, book bitch, beggar. You stupid or something?
He means the bookstore. We have to ask... Plaisance is the mother of the little girl peddling books on the plaza. We have to ask Plaisance in the store.
Oh boy, she didn't... I mean, she's kind of... Wasn't she kind of dumb?
Impressive note-keeping, Lieutenant.
See, the cloud gets it. Listen to your four-eyed friend.
Hard? Although we did help Plaisance's daughter, so... Maybe she'll have a... maybe we'll get some pluses to whatever check we gotta do. Thanks, Kuno.
You didn't hear it from Kuno, pig. But don't forget where you heard it from.
Alright, thanks.
Kuno owns you now, pig. You're Kuno's property.
Too empathy. Alright, I'm off.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
So he said you used to be able to do it from the doorbell.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
None of these have anything to do with, like... I thought maybe I would see a polar bear or something on here. Although it could be under the empty card. Plaisance.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
I was told there's a huge fridge in the building's cellar. Can you lead me there?
A fridge? No, I don't know anything about a fridge. Aren't you interested in books?
She's fidgeting with her pendant.
For whatever reason, she's lying to you about the fridge. Seems like you have to find your own way to the cellar.
Alright. Little girl, do you know anything about this cellar?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
That's a locked check. And I can't go back here.
You see a tattered set of curtains and a polyhedron-shaped cage-like trinket.
Examine the strange cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you.
Wait, what? An irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. What is she doing back here?
This is a traditional Seminese ward, meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges.
Oh, okay. But she's not Semines. Who are the Semines?
Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminide Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fishhead charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
If I ask her, she'll know I'm over here. But if I pull them open, she'll be like, "What are you doing? What's behind the curtains?"
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Alright, just pull them open.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand is closed around her pendant, her fingers nervously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Oh, it's about the curse. Oh, right, there was a curse. Police officer. This place is calling to me. Is this about the curse? That's why you're afraid?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
It's almost begging you. I've heard there's a fridge that I need.
Everybody suddenly needs something from there. Leave the curtains be.
How many?
It's what it wants.
How many people are trying to get in there? And what do you mean that's what it wants? I'm a police officer. I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. Did they kill the guy in there and then take him out and hang him?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
Maybe not.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
Okay, maybe there's something else around here I can do before I just, barge in. Alright, I'll think about it.
Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say.
Alright.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful.
There is something is up here.
The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Ignore for now. Alright, Plaisance, what do you have?
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side.
I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
Yeah, why are you so tense? What does that 70s ward protecting it? If it's a storage room, it wouldn't hurt if it peeked. It's not like it's cursed. Why are you so tense?
I'm not tense, I'm just...
She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into a tight-lipped frown, then something breaks.
Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
How did I ruin things if you think that there's a curse? She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant.
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
How does this curse manifest itself?
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation.
Shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store.
It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
She peers at the curtains again.
Didn't that curtain just move?
Did it? I don't think it did. I'm a little confused. What does that mean? Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced financial troubles. Wait, that's it? I was hoping for something more paranatural. Yeah, Annette did mention.
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements.
The demon?
There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Why didn't you just tell me right away it's the curse?
It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Now they're void wraiths.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Have you sought help? I guess that's what the Semini's idol is.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards.
She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains.
The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear, it's not enough.
No, yeah, the way that she's always touching that pendant. Is the pendant part of the wards as well?
Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion.
Oh, right,
it's
of course.
It's to compel people to buy books.
How's that working for you?
There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
And?
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Alright, would you like me to take the case? I can investigate, see if the curse is real.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A paradetective.
Oh, 97%. We cannot fail this one. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area.
Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
What if I don't want to lie? Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before.
I have returned from the void, a paradetective from a long line of paradetectives.
You're no paradetective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker.
Oh.
Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
I admit I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. It's necessary to drink the spirits in order to contact the void. No, let's start with that one. The drinks because it's so taxing.
How do you know all this?
Oh, we're getting her.
Here we go.
Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Semini's blood also runs through me. I am the Void Revenant. I have the powers to de-bad all the bad... No, this one, the wards.
You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
No problem whatsoever. Your family is safe. The phantoms are no match for me. Just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me. He's not been listening closely enough. You've put him on the spot.
Certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it?
On my honor. Actually, I'm not feeling the vibe anymore. On my honor.
Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Oh, God.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
Of course, the entity, for I have sensed its presence.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney?
Chimney, the passage between heaven and hell, of course.
Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just office space. And the damn fridge. Don't be scared.
I don't think there's anything else I need to ask, and also I really need to use the bathroom. So I'm going to end it right here. So I'll see you guys next time. Good night.